Evening everyone. I'm going to do the end of the day roundup, debrief, whatever you want to call that, a little earlier because I'm tired. Up early in the morning. I've got a busy day tomorrow, and tonight's match has left me a bit kind of flat. So yeah, it won't be as long as the previous ones, I don't think. Then again, never know. Yeah, we're at the Champions League. Apparently is I've already done a post-match review on that, so I'm not going to go over what I've said again. There's no point. But yeah, thank you for those who jumped on the live stream early today. It means a lot. For those that are on the channel watching this as well, please drop a like and a comment. Share the channel with friends, and if you haven't subscribed, I just really appreciate if you could subscribe. It means a lot. Just all there. It doesn't take much to drop a like, drop a comment as well. But thank you for those who've supported, not only today but previously. As I said, it means a lot. And I can imagine there's a few of us feeling a bit like sucker punched tonight, to be fair. It's a weird mood. I've had it before. No doubt this club will put me through it again and again over the years, because I've had several nights like this. But I'm not going to go into the specifics of the match. The post-match review, summary, feedback, whatever you want to call it, is there. It's up, and then I did a little video following it. Just there was a couple of things I wanted to touch base on in that. As for tomorrow, excuse me, just a bit of a cough. I think I've got a bit of a cold as well, which does not help. Yeah, as I was saying, as for tomorrow, busy start in the morning, so live stream tomorrow probably won't happen. And I can probably say the same for Thursday as well, because these next 2 days could be busy. In terms of videos, the thing is, news is quiet at the minute. There's only so much I can talk about the Isak links. There's only so much I can talk about the Shesko links. There's only so much I can talk about Kirkes. Though I do have the European transfer rumour stuff that I'm doing with Copites of Anfield collaboration, so there may be some stuff on that. I haven't even looked at the rumours. Tonight I'm probably not going to. Tonight will be a kickback, relax for a little bit, wind down before I go to bed. But yeah, tomorrow I think the videos will be dictated by time I get the news and what the news is. Because if I see an article saying we're interested in Isak, and we've had discussions of Newcastle and London last week, I'm not going to be covering it because I've already done it, so to speak. I won't put, if we get one saying Newcastle agents have met with, Newcastle representatives have met with Arsenal representatives in London to discuss a deal, I've already indicated that might happen thanks to Indy Kyler, so I might just put a short out for that or something just to say just to be mindful this is where that's come from. We may get an update on Trent, because obviously he's gone off injured. Canati came off as well. I had to leave the room briefly when that, before that happened. I walked back in and I see him limping around the side of the pitch. But apparently it's more tiredness, it's probably more cramp than anything else. But I will keep an eye on that, because the last thing we need is Trent and Canati out, because then that means we have Shimikas, Robbo, Virgil van Dijk, Kwanzaa as our fit first choice defensive line. Alright, Endo can play there, but I'd rather not be relying on Endo at the crunch point of the season. But yeah, so if there's any news on Trent or Canati, as soon as I see it, I'll try and get something out, but it all depends when I see it, because stuff on in the morning at home that was I knew about last week, so I can't change it. It's something that needs done. So it's not serious, it's just when you've got jobs to do and you need to get them done, tomorrow's the only chance I can get it done. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to talk about for tomorrow? No, I don't think there is. We've done the Fact No live streams, we've already done the post-match review. I did see something on Isak earlier today. I need to have a look, see if it's actually worth covering. I may do it as a small update to other stories, but I'm not going to do a full in-depth thing on it, if I do it at all, because I haven't fully read the article yet. I've seen nothing on the other players. Excuse me, I've got pets running amok. And excuse the noise in the background. It's air in a radiator pipe, and occasionally it does that. It's annoying. There we go, done. It's really hard to speak over it. But yeah, what was I saying? Potential update to Isak's story tomorrow. I've just flicked through. He's not definitely coming. It's just a rumour. Name involved in the sources, not some random person off Twitter. So there may be some weight to it, maybe not. I need to look further into it. So that could be potential news tomorrow. The Trent and Canate stuff, maybe Mo. I don't know if there's anything on Virgil van Dijk, because I know he had a bit of a conversation with people in the PSG camp, but that means nothing. He could be just congratulating them and wishing them well, and I also didn't see it. It's just what I've heard from people who saw it. I don't know if there's anything to go off on that. But yeah, I think tomorrow may be a quiet day. There may be the post-match day after fallout, and then we'll start to get the build up for Wembley. You may see the Isak stories coming out again there. And then after this weekend, it's the international break. So all the talk's going to be on England, because it's Tuchel's debut as England manager. It's his first games. So all the focus will probably be on that, which is understandable. I wish him well. I hope we qualify to the World Cup, and I can hope he ultimately actually gets us a success in a tournament, because it's been, for the men, it's been since 1966, and for the women, more recently, it was 2022. Both games are against German opponents, oddly enough. So there may be a bit of a lull in content over the international break, so you may see more of the European transfer rumour articles come out. International break might be a case of see how it goes for stuff and take it from that. It's going to be really hard to plan anything. I think as we come towards May, things will get more intense as we start to come towards the transfer window. Then we'll see a bit more in the way of rumours, gossip, speculation, links, and hopefully by then we can confirm what's happening with these contracts, because now I think it's getting a bit of a worry. It's like, what's going on? If it's signed, or definitely the signing, we surely would have heard something by now. Trent, I think it's done, it's dusted, he's gone. He's signed, but they're going to do similar to what they did with Mbappe and announce it at the end of the season out of respect to PSG at the time. So I wonder if they're doing the same for us. There is rumours of a third transfer window for clubs competing in this summer Club World Cup thing. Because I think that starts 2 weeks before Trent's contract expires. So I don't know whether there'll be any action there. Personally, I don't agree with this idea of a third window, because I think it's unfair. It gives those clubs involved in that tournament an advantage over other clubs, because you're not just signing players for that club for that tournament, you're signing them just for your club in general. So Man City could go and buy another defender that we might want, but we can't buy him, but they can. I just don't agree with that, and I hope that window doesn't come into place. We also don't know when the Man City 115, 130 charges is going to be finalised, they did say February, March. We're coming up to the middle of March now. We're no further forward on that. And the reason I'm touching on that is we don't know if any sanctions on that or if there's any sanctions at all. I'm personally thinking they'll just get a slap on the wrist and told not to do it again. But if there's any retrospective, was that the right phrase? Any punishment from seasons gone by, would titles be taken from them? So could they have points deductions for those seasons? I don't know if they'll do points. They might just strip them of the title if they were going to do anything like that, because obviously we came second in 2019. We came second in we won it in 2020. We came third, I think, in 21. Was it 22? 21, 22 when we went for the quadruple. So things like any action taken on tournaments competed in previously, we don't know whether they're going to have an impact on us. We've all heard the rumours of the 60 to 100 points deduction and transfer bans. And I'm just wondering whether that might be why when they've bought strikers and tied Haaland down, could that be something to do with it? We don't know. But if there's anything that comes out that affects the club, I'll try and cover it. But no, I expect probably a quiet few days, I think, until the build-up around the final hits at the weekend. When there is action that affects us and we're not playing, and that is, let me get the date, because I did put it in a community post, but is it Sunday? It's 1:30 PM on Sunday. Arsenal play Chelsea. Now the scenario is there: if Arsenal win, which is their game in hand, they will reduce the gap to 12 points. Right, 12 points. You can tell it's late. Yeah, 12 points. If they draw, which is probably the most likely result I would expect, I wouldn't. I see either Arsenal winning or drawing. I don't see Chelsea winning. But if they draw, it's a 14-point gap. And if they lose, say Chelsea managed to get a win, it stays at 15 points. They do play again before we play the Merseyside derby at Anfield. After the international break. And that is Fulham at home on Tuesday, April Fool's Day, 7:45 PM, and we play the day after at 8 o'clock. So we could, by the time we next play in the league, have a 9-point gap, anywhere up to still 15 points. I don't see it staying at 15. I can't see Arsenal losing to Fulham and Chelsea. If that was the case, and they did, and we had a 15-point gap, Arsenal would have played 30 games, 8 to play, meaning they could only get so if they did lose both, it would stay at 15. They could only get 79 points, is that 55? Yeah, they could only get 79 points, and we're on 70, which would mean 3 wins and a draw would do the title. It is very possible that before we hit May, the title's done. But let's just hope PSV give Arsenal a really tough game on tomorrow night. What I wouldn't give for a 6-0 win, take them to extra time and penalties, but I don't see it happening, and then give them a scrap against Chelsea. But yeah, even though we're not in action, we've got games that could affect how the title race plays out as well. But yeah, that's me signing off for the night. I should probably catch up with you at some point tomorrow, hopefully, all being well and all that. It's not been a good evening. We've just got to pick ourselves up and carry on, I guess. What more can we do? Moping about it. Yes, we're down. Yes, I'm angry and frustrated, as I said in the post-match thing, but can't do anything about it. It's not going to change anything. Okay, guys. Good night, all. Have a good night, and catch you tomorrow.